Hello, folks. I'm Michel Tellinger. It's a very nice to have you in this interview because we were speaking about different kind of subjects for 15 days. And during this trip, which was wonderful with you, and we get a lot of information. And right now we were speaking about a very specific thing about black magic and the big code we have on Earth now and for human people. And you have a nice project, you completed it to make understand a different way of living. Can you speak about that for us?
Well, it's really what we learned from the past. Yeah. So we learn the mistakes that we made and what not to do into the future.
Yeah.
But to be able to know what not to do, you first have to face what I call the terrible truth. And the terrible truth is incredibly dark, it's incredibly powerful. It's a black magic spell that's been woven across the whole world, it's been cast on all of humanity, and people don't know this. And it's only when people realize what's really going on and who runs the world, who controls the world, the puppet masters that are invisible behind the governments, behind the bankers that run the world, run all our governments. It's a very complex situation, and most people not only ignorant of it, but don't even want to get involved in it because it's too complicated and it's too stressful for them.
Yeah.
Right. So it's up to the few conscious people that have seen this, that comprehend this web of control, to do what's necessary from behind the scenes, and poking little holes into the wall of control and black magic, dark, disgusting, horrible, inhumane black magic that's been cast on humanity.
You've experimented that for quite a long time now, and you're very, let's say, courageous because you have done something totally different. But do we know who are those people who are spelling and doing black magic, as you say? Or?
No, we don't know who they are. And the reason is because they don't want us to know.
Of course.
So that's as simple as it is. We know who the bankers are, we know who the governments are, we know who the royal families are, but we don't know who the puppet masters are. They sit behind all of them, they're invisible, they're untouchable. They're the ones with the real knowledge to manifest and cast spells that they've been doing for thousands and thousands of years.
So how do we break this cycle, and how can we be protected about that, or think differently? Because you always say think out of the box, and I like that. So
how do we break
feel
that cycle?
Something if we do it differently or not?
You should know the answer by now.
Yes.
We've been on a trip together. The answer to that is three little words. One small town.
Yes.
One small town will change the world, and that's really what the Ubuntu movement is all about. I've been doing this since 2005. It's evolved over 15 years now into a fully evolved and fully developed philosophy that is so strong and so powerful and so simple. The moment we implement this, one small town with a mayor and the people of a small town, it becomes unstoppable because we use the tools of enslavement as tools of liberation. There's no violence, no opposition, no conflict. We take everything that these guys that are casting black magic on us, we take everything they throw at us and we use it for the benefit of the people of the town. And it's money, it's capitalism, it is the greed of capitalism, it's investment, and we take it and we make a small town so successful and so powerful with money and within the capitalist system that they'll be an example to every other town. But we change competition into cooperation.
Yes.
And that's why it becomes so powerful.
That's
we don't break any rules, we don't break any laws, we don't resist. So no one can stop you. What you're doing is you're becoming so successful in money that you become a shining example to other capitalists.
Yes.
Then they also want to do it. So what we actually do is capitalism will be the thing that destroys itself. That's why it's so brilliant and so powerful.
You have a website for this project, this way of living, actually, which is the website that we can search for information and people are interested to join and cooperate on this project.
So it's Ubuntu Planet, ubuntuplanet.org. That will take you to our new website, which is actually ubuntucontributionism.org. And the main reason is because our previous site was hacked. You know, we've now come under fire, and for 13 years or so, we've been under the radar, growing into 140 countries or more. And just in the last year or year and a half, our website got hacked and we had to create a new website. But if you just put in ubuntuplanet.org, it'll automatically take you to our new website, ubuntucontributionism.org.
And if we want to experiment this way of living, we have to go in which place? It's
go to, there is no place. We're looking to set up the first one small town.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is go onto, or what I encourage people to do is go onto our website, read the whole website.
Yes.
Okay, don't just read one page and then you think you know what's going on.
No.
Read the whole website so you have a complete, all the information of the history, how the movement has evolved, what we have done in politics, in the High Court, in the Supreme Court, in the Constitutional Court, all the things that we have done that taught us and gave me the experience and the foundation to be able to say all these things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just a liar.
This is a model and something that we can reproduce in every country. I mean,
every town can do this as long as the mayor and the people decide they want to do it. It's a lot easier in countries where the mayor is appointed by the people. So that's important. So in countries like South Africa, where the mayor is not appointed by the people, it's a little bit more difficult. But there are ways and there are doors that are opening to us.
okay.
And so please go onto the website, read the website, then read the Ubuntu book, and then read the letter to the mayor, which is on the website.
Okay.
Read the One Small Town Manifesto. Then start a meetup group. This is what I tell everybody. Before you do anything, start a meetup group in your area. Put pamphlets in your coffee shops around where you live. Invite people to come to your weekly meetups to introduce them to new philosophies about a beautiful world for the future. Start sharing this philosophy, and once you have a group of 10 or 20 or 30 people that have common ideas on this, that are very clear, then you take the letter to the mayor, because then you all know what you're talking about. Say, Mr. Mayor or Mrs. Mayor, this is a plan of action to turn our town into a place of prosperity and abundance for everyone. If the mayor doesn't want to do that, then you choose one of the people in your crowd to run for mayor.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
that's
it could happen very quickly.
Deep project, and we should share this information with new generation as well, because that the kids can think differently from now also.
I just found out on this journey that they are in France. There are something like 100 mayors that are below the age of 25.
Okay, yes. New generation.
So those are the mayors. Those are the mayors we should go after in France, especially.
Yeah, we have a lot of projects in this kind of way.
I think we will succeed with all this when we get to know who we really are. We have the power of being divine in us. There is a spot. When you know what power, what potential is in the human body, in this human being, then we can get it.
So my feeling is that we don't need to get there, because then you're saying that everybody in the world has to first become enlightened and has to wake up.
No.
That's not going to happen. All we need is a small number of people that drive this. Because what I've learned in 15 years of traveling the world and doing lectures and speaking about this world, what I know is that everybody right across the world is unhappy with what's going on in the world. They're not necessarily enlightened or conscious, but they experience misery on a daily basis.
It will just mean that we have to transform a lot of believings, a lot of programs, a lot of conditioning in us. We have to know that the power is inside of us.
Yeah, but
everybody has this power. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And I see this changement and this possibility to really get to know who I am and how can I participate and share with other people with my own frequency.
Those are the people that you're talking about will be the people that will drive this movement. The rest of the people are just miserable, they hate their lives, they just want a better life. They will only experience that enlightenment once they get into this kind of scenario. When they wake up in a one small town contributionist community and they no longer have stress. They no longer have fear or worry or anxiety or stress, because that's what keeps them down. When they wake up in the town, knowing that they don't have to worry about survival, that liberates their spirits to reach higher levels of consciousness, enlightenment, all the things that you're talking about. But we don't need to convert anyone or everyone to that. That's not going to happen. It's not possible. It'll be a natural consequence of one small town.
Yeah, there might be some people who are really trusting of our self-confidence in life itself, and then how you said they will go on to prepare it, to set it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and the rest of the people are just like sheep. They don't know what's going on. They just want a better life. Yeah. They don't care. They don't care how they do it. They just want a better life. So that's what you show them, the better life.
And then they feel right away it's working out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's simple because we can cooperate with different kind of skills, of course. People enlightened, people who have different type of skill, but interesting in a better life. And as we know, even in two-point method or either different practice, that's the idea. The more you put energy in this idea, the more concrete and materializing. Exactly. So it's the first step, I think, that in our human skills and human beings and feelings and five senses, that we read the project, think differently, understand what that means to be different in a different frequency, not slave anymore in a consummation method. And then once we join the idea and cooperate already on this idea, we put energy in it, we're going to materialize a new world. This is the way I think we can start the first step.
So I always tell people that email me, and I get hundreds of emails a week, if not thousands a month, from people saying, oh, I've just found the Ubuntu movement, I found the one small town philosophy, it's such a fantastic idea, what must I do? Well, I say, read the website. Read the website, read what we tell you to do on the website. Inform yourself. Number one thing is inform yourself. You need to understand this 100%. It needs to vibrate in your DNA.
Yes.
So when you speak to other people about it, you don't just talk like a crazy person about you heard of some idea that can save the world. You need to become the seed of this philosophy yourself.
Yes.
Only then can you speak with confidence and the energy that affects other people. Mm-hmm. So whatever questions they throw at you, you know the answer. And if you don't know the answer is within the system itself, within the one small town system itself. It's a self-correcting system. The one small town situation always finds a solution, the best solution for all the people and the community as a whole. That's why it's so powerful, and no matter what problem you throw at a one small town scenario, it always results in the best outcome. So I call it a self-correcting system.
Oh, that's good, yes.
Michael, I love your energy, and I feel it's when we get into this frequency of the heart and this intelligence to understand the things, we'll make it.
Yes, we will.
So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for joining us on this amazing journey. We all had a great time in South Africa, Swaziland and Zimbabwe. Yeah. And now take the message out, take your energy, your beautiful shining light back to your countries and share it. Let the others feed off your energy and become the seeds of consciousness in their own communities.
In unity.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, girls. Great to know you.
Yes.